Hi chess friends, today I'm here to show you this immortal Chinese game that was played by Jinshi and Liren, and this is a masterpiece really, and we can begin. Jinshi plays with the white pieces, Liren with black pieces. We have d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight c3, bishop b4, pinning this knight, knight f3, castle by black, bishop g5, c5, e3, c capture for d4, queen capture for d4, knight c6 attacking the white queen, queen d3, h6 attacking the g5, the bishop on g5, bishop h4, and d5 by Ding, rook d1, and g5. This bishop now is attack again, so bishop g3 and knight e4. This knight here is so strong, attack this knight that is pinned on c3 and attacks this bishop, control d2 square, so knight d2, now the knight on c3 is unpinned and this black knight is attacked, and knight c5 by Ding. The white queen is attacked, so queen c2 and d4, very aggressive move. Knight f3, this rook pins this pawn because there is the queen under, so if you capture the knight, follow rook for d8, and e5, really strong move because this is a pawn sacrifice and white here decide to capture. Knight capture for e5, but here begins the beauty. Here we have pawn capture for c3. Ding captures the knight and sacrifices his queen. Rook capture for d8 and c capture for b2 with check. Here white should play rook d2 to continue this game, but here white decide to play king e2, and now this position is terrible because this king here is so bad. Rook capture for d8, queen for b2, and knight a4 attacking the white queen. Queen c2, and now knight c3 check. King f3 and rook d4. Really strong move by Ding. The best absolute move in this position. Here you could play something like f5 or h5 to prepare maybe in the future g4, because g4 is controlled by the bishop on c8, but here Ding finds this wonderful move, rook d4. You can capture the rook. If you capture the rook, follow knight for d4, check, and the queen on d2 falls. And here the rook is so strong because control f4, g4, h4, and now white king is in trouble, really trouble. We have h3 to make free some square for the king and for the bishop. The bishop can go on h2, white king can go on g3. We have h5, and now bishop h2, g4, king g3, and now another very aggressive move, rook d2. This rook here is so strong, put pressure on f2, attacks the white queen. Here white can capture the queen, because if queen for d2 follows knight e4 and the white queen is lost. So queen b3, and now knight e4 check. King h4, and bishop e7 check. And king for h5. And look the position of white king. He was on e1 and now he is on h5. What an amazing game, what an amazing king hunt. Now we have a really nice move by Ding to continue this attack. King g7. The idea of king g7 is move the bishop, and when the bishop moves, the rook on a8 can be activated and comes on h8 and check the white king. So bishop f4, and now bishop f5, and now the rook can come here on h8. Here we have bishop h6, king has to go on h7, and now queen for b7 by white. This rook is attacked, this knight is attacked. If this knight moves, this bishop will be captured. So a really strong move by white, but the position for white is too bad, and here we have rook capture for f2. And now after this capture, this knight can come on g3. This is a problem, because here knight can come on g3 to do a check, because the pawn on f2 control g3, but after rook capture for f2, this is a real threat. Knight g3 check. Here we have bishop g5. You can capture the rook, because if you capture the rook, follow knight g3, and this is checkmate. So here we have bishop g5 and rook h7. The idea is move the king on g7 and do a check. Knight capture for f7, and now bishop g6 check. King for g4, and now knight e5 check, and after 32 move, white resign. This is so beautiful. White resign here, because if you capture the knight for e5 after the check, here follow bishop f5 check, king h4, and now king g7. This is checkmate. Or if king come here, it's the same. King g7, this is check. After bishop h6, this is checkmate. Rook for h6. And if you don't capture the knight, and you decide to move the king in the only possible square, follow bishop capture for g5, no, sorry about that, follow king g7, and after this knight captures the rook, follow bishop capture for g5. sorry, in this way. King g8, knight capture, and now bishop capture for g5. And look this position, because it's amazing. This king hunt. After this check, king e2, you can see king f3, king g3, king h4, and now king h5, and an amazing game, really an amazing game. And Liren is such a strong player, and this is the reason why we love chess. And thank you very much for watching my videos, and remember to subscribe to my channel, and see you soon with another video. Thank you very much. Bye.